Hey guys, what's up? It is that time where I start getting into, I kind of think of it as a 3 R's, but my recap ranking and reviews of 2025 releases. This is a thing that I've been doing for a few years now. I always do split it up into usually two different categories. Usually I do full-length albums, and then I do a separate video for kind of everything else. But there are so many new releases that I got this year that I kind of went back and forth, debated how I wanted to divide it up. One that kind of set everything, I can compare apples to apples, if you will. It's kind of awkward to, if you're going to be ranking things, to be comparing an EP to an album or, a live release or whatever. So, I mean, usually I just kind of take all the odd stuff, put it all in a separate video, do albums separately. But yeah, I mean, I got a lot of stuff to go through, so I decided that want to do more than two videos. I kind of had trouble deciding exactly what I wanted to do, but I think I'm going to do 4 videos. I think that's going to be the easiest way for me to do it. They're going to be movie and soundtrack type albums, because you're going to see one of these. I'm admittedly kind of stretching that definition a bit. Live albums, EPs, and full-length releases. Going ahead and doing the soundtracks right now. It's usually pretty predictable when a soundtrack's going to be released. I can't really see myself getting any more for the remainder of the year. Everything else, I'm not entirely sure when I'm going to be doing it. Albums and EPs will probably be pretty close to the end of the year. I do keep up with a lot of local bands. I kind of consider doing like a local and more obscure band segment, but I kind of feel like it's hard to define exactly, when a band stops being obscure, because there's a lot of touring bands that come through my area that I see that not very many people know about, but they're still touring to the point that, chances are, at least if you live in the United States, they've probably at least come to a city near you at some point. So, I mean, they're not that unknown, but like I said, it's kind of hard to define, so I don't think I'm going to be doing a segment like that. But yeah, a lot of, at least, local acts, they tend to make EPs and albums quicker than, a bigger act. I know several that are in the process, and they haven't announced a definitive date or even necessarily released any singles yet, but, I kind of want to give them a chance to get it out so I can include them. So that's the main reason I'm holding off. Plus, I do go to a lot of shows with obscure local or obscure touring acts. I discover them there. I like them. I buy their music. I want to give them a chance to be included. So, once I'm at the point where I know I won't be going to any more shows for the remainder of the year, it's realistically will probably be like the last week of the year. That's probably when I'll do that. Live albums are definitely going to be pushed off till early next year, because there was one live album that got released digitally that I want to include. Its physical release has been pushed off to early next year. That happens a lot. It's normal for me to spread these out into the early into the next year. But yeah, enough rambling and explaining, because honestly, this is going to be a fairly quick video compared to the others anyway. I know when I get to the albums, I got like 10 plus. That's why I want to split it up so badly. But yeah, I'm going to get into the soundtrack type album. So like I said, I'm playing this a little bit loosely, just because I don't really feel like this would fit properly into a normal studio album. I only got 2 albums I'm really talking about here. But from Galactic Empire, we got Cinemetal. So these guys came through my area just a few weeks ago, actually, and I wasn't able to make it. I just kind of randomly discovered them through show advertisements. I thought they had a cool name. But yeah, they do a lot of heavy metal covers of movie music. Now, They're mainly known for doing Star Wars covers. This was kind of their everything but Star Wars album. Features songs from Superman, Avengers, Back to the Future, Batman, Indiana Jones, Godzilla, Harry Potter, Jurassic Park, Lord of the Rings, Terminator, and Pirates of the Caribbean. So, of the two albums I'm showing, this is the lower one. Honestly, I don't have much strong opinions on it. I mean, I kind of feel like you basically get what you expect. It's not bad. It's fun. But there's just not really anything that's particularly wowing me about it. I kind of feel like their true strength would be in their live show. Like I said, I saw a lot of clips. It looks like a hell of a fun time. And yeah, the core music is kind of, more just to help fuel their live shows, But yeah, it's pretty cool. I do occasionally post more nerdy content relating to a lot of movies like this, so it's kind of fun to use those type of songs for the backdrop on it. But yeah, wish I could have seen them live. So, my favorite soundtrack of this year, no real surprise if you know me well, is of course Nine Inch Nails' Tron Ares. I typically get more excited about Tron soundtracks than the actual movies. And this was no exception. I did enjoy the Tron. I mean, Tron movies aren't bad. It's just, soundtracks kind of distract me from the actual movie, I'm a huge Nine Inch Nails fan. So I gotta admit, the first song that was released on this, which was also, the first Nine Inch Nails songs that was released in, I don't know, 10 years, something like that. It doesn't feel like quite 10 years, but at the same time, I'm at the point where, I see something that came out 10 years ago. I was like, Jesus Christ, it feels like that came out just a couple years ago. But song that was released, As Alive As You Need Me to Be. Originally, when I first heard it, I wasn't that thrilled about it, I got to admit. But it kind of grew on to me. You can take that what you will. But, the instrumental side is really strong. But I gotta say, my absolute favorite song on here was Who Wants to Live Forever. In fact, I need to look through the credits of it. To say who sang it with him, because he did it as a duet, which was extremely unusual for Nine Inch Nails, but I honestly loved it. Judaline. I looked her up. I don't think I actually listened to her music. I'm not really familiar with her, but I think she's some indie pop singer or whatever. But yeah, Trent Reznor sang a duet, and I thought it was really cool. And it was a more stripped down ballad type song. There's also an instrumental version of that on here that's pretty cool too. The song soundtrack also features a pretty decent amount of vocoder on it, which is pretty unusual for Nine Inch Nails, at least, in the way they're using it, the more thick, heavy, robotic sounding vocoder. I feel like it was something that could have easily have been really god-awful, but honestly, I thought it was surprisingly well done, so yeah, Trent Reznor did a lot of cool, interesting shit on this. Hopefully I'll be seeing Nine Inch Nails early next year. I've at least bought tickets with insurance, so I can well, not really sell them back, but get refunded on them if I need to, in case shit hits the fan, because honestly I'm kind of in a situation where shit can very easily hit the fan. Yeah, hopefully I'll be seeing them next year. I'm really excited for that, because I've been wanting to see Nine Inch Nails for a really long time. Yeah, those are the two soundtrack type albums that I got this year. So yeah, like I said, EPs and albums coming very late this year, last week of December, somewhere in that area. Live albums, which I got a surprisingly large number of, they'll be sometime early next year. So yeah, I'll see y'all then.